Matt McChesney rocking the Colorado.
Let me get right.
Old.
Let me get right. Cause when I talk to real men, this is how I got to dress. Let me get my shit right. How you doing, Matt?
I'm good. What's going on between you two this morning? Jesus.
JB, talk. You know how JB gets on Fridays, man. He about to make me have a heart attack over here, man. Golly.
Looking good. You're looking good in here.
I'm just tired of the soft pussy sitting out, man. I don't know. That's all I'm tired of. All right. Let's get into Colorado, man, because I already know where this is headed. Let's get into Colorado talk. Let's start right out the gate with a banger.
Today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So
before Matt has a stroke on this show, I want to know who the fuck's clapping in the background. Like, I just want to know who the idiot's clapping, because I'm like, what are you clapping for? A fucking ass whipping? I don't understand what you're clapping for. So give us some context, Big Matt and Smitty. Both of you know more than I do on this thing. I did a rant yesterday, but I also talked to two coaches at Colorado. I'm trying to get Dion on the show next week. But anyway, I want to know what your guys is. Give me the context for the casual fan out here and nobody that knows nothing going on in this whole situation.
Oh, there's no context. This is a grown man having an aneurysm on the radio, because on Monday he came out and complimented Dion and how good of a father he is and what he's doing for the state of Colorado and how good it is for everyone. On Tuesday, Dion came out and did the same thing, said, I don't really know Jay Norvell very well, but I respect him. He's a good man. He's a good coach. His team plays hard. And then this dummy decided to go on his show at CBN Potts, and I don't know what happened at the lunch break, but I mean, this is poking the bear and talking about Dion's mom and like insinuating that he wasn't raised correctly. And I wear a hat and sunglasses every day. Am I also not professional? Like this is the head coach writing a check for his team that his team cannot cash, number one. And number two, this was just a game. They up in Boulder, us, we're trying to take it not as personal as we took last week, but then that changed immediately when they did this. So I think that this is a really, really, really dumb move. I mean, this is just exciting the entire fan base. Everybody's going to be in hat and sunglasses. Not only that, but you sound like an old get off my lawn type of guy. On top of the fact, and Schmitty, I'd love to hear your advice or your opinion on this, but on top of the fact that this is another black head coach attacking another black head coach. Like, there's not a whole lot of black head coaches. And, like, I understand you're rivals and you're playing against each other, but to go after that man and, like, this is what you don't want to do as a black head coach or as a black man at all, in my opinion. You don't want redneck racist assholes agreeing with you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when Jay Norvell says something like this, and all the agriculture majors and all the veterinary majors up in Fort Collins, who literally have the degree by putting their hand up the ass of a camel with a full sleeve on. Remember that. They put on a full plastic sleeve, stick their hand up the ass of a camel or a horse, feel for shit, say, yep, it's shit, and they give them a degree. So that's what they're dealing with. That's why they're clapping, because they don't know any better. Like, they think that they're living in 1950 where it's all just white people and they got to dress like fucking, Jim Carrey. And I'm telling you, man, I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And I'm so glad he said it, because now the fire has been sparked. And he did it with like game day. It's not just a regular Rocky Mountain Showdown. This is Prime's Rocky Mountain Showdown. What are you doing, bro? Thank you for poking the Grizzly, idiot. Now we're gonna beat you 100-0.
Now let me ask you, Matt. Let me play devil's advocate here, because I've been an asshole many years.
This is true.
I've done similar things. I'm gonna be honest with you. And if you were coaching on my staff, are we taking this a bit out of not context, but like insinuating is a word I hate to use, because what he actually said, I'm not defending Norvell. I know Jay for a long time, but he said how he was raised. He didn't say how Dion was raised. We are insinuating That is what he said, right?
Well,
It's about, but why bring it up though? Why? Like,
I get what you're saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just asking the question to start a debate. I'm just asking the debate. Like, I want to know what Matt to say on this, because it goes back to kind of my old ass on the porch watching looking at the cloud, yelling at the cloud. If I was on, if I had Matt as my O-line coach and we were fucking Toledo and we were playing Colorado this week, and I went in the news and I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers, let's go. I'm gonna say some crazy shit too. Matt, when you're on the other side, are you okay with that though? Like, are you like, fuck it, let's roll, JB, let's ride on these motherfuckers? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to have some shit to get your guys going too, right? It's not just a one side. I'm not gonna just take it in the ass either and lay down. But what he said, I agree. What he said is the thing I got a problem with. But like, if I were to do something like that, Matt, would you be like, fuck it, let's go? Because that's how you are. I know Matt's gonna be like, yeah, fucking, we're not gonna lay down and take it. It's just a matter of how you say it and do it, I guess.
So look, if I'm trying to motivate an underdog to beat a rival ranked, really, really explosive on the road in prime time, I'm going to do it with actual facts and game planning and motivation. Like, Colorado didn't want to recruit you behind closed doors. That's why you're at CSU. If you wanted to play there now, you get a national stage to go do it. The way Sonny Lubick used to recruit. Sonny Lubick recruited the shit out of me when I was in high school. I was committed to Colorado the whole time. He never stopped recruiting me until signing day. He always used to tell me, if you go to Colorado, we're going to beat your ass. He didn't say, come up to CSU and you'll get a degree and we'll show you the chemistry building. I mean, CSU, if you want us to take you seriously in this regard, you have to do it on the field, bro. You can't just baba. Your entire persona is just talking. Marcus Houston transferred from CU to CSU, talked for 2 years, lost twice. Bradley Van Pelt talked. He won once, lost twice. I mean, Justin Holland talked, lost. David Anderson talked, lost. I get that you've won a couple of games in the series, but retrospectively, we pound the fuck out of you every time we play you. And this is going to be an evisceration because they asked for it. And Jay Norvell got an alley-oop from Coach Sanders. He should be figuring out how to like put CSU next to CU right now to see if this program can help that program get into the Power 5. Can you help CSU get into the Big 12 or into the newly formed Pac-12 if they end up doing it? Instead, now it's like, okay, just carpet bomb Fort Collins from a football perspective. Fuck them. This is the way they want to play, and it's on. And now, like, this isn't about football. That's my problem. So I don't care how the coach wants to motivate me. I'm already motivated, dog. I wake up with a heart on every day, ready to fucking go. I'm trying to fuck Friday today. So, like, and I'm not kidding. You guys know me pretty well at this point. This is how I am all the time. And this is why people, like regular motherfuckers, can't stand me, and they can't stand to be around me, because I expose their bullshit. Because I'm so fucking gung-ho and straightforward all the time. So if Jay Norvell wants to make this about sunglasses and the assumption that his mother raised him right, but Deion's mom didn't raise him right, and everybody that wears sunglasses and a hat is an idiot, but he's a football coach and he's outside in the afternoon, I wonder if he's ever worn sunglasses and a hat. Like, it's just a stupid comment, and it's focused at a black head coach that's very prominent, not only in the world, but in pop culture. So you're not just turning a football franchise on you. You're turning Lil Wayne and Rick Ross and The Rock and Wu-Tang Clan. Cream, bitch, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money.
$1 bill, y'all.
Cameron, you're turning the entire fucking world against you. It's not just Colorado football. Now you've made Lil Wayne a CU fan and fucking Lil Jon a CU fan and goddamn Rick Ross. Like, bro, what are you doing? Motivate your football team to beat Colorado on the football field and see if you can go do it. Now you've made it personal. Like Coach always says, they went and made it personal. And look, do I agree with you that sometimes people take things out of context? Yes. But just like on Wednesday on my show on Altitude, Kevin Lytle, the beat reporter for Colorado State, called Colorado a zoo. He was like, oh, that place is a zoo. And it was very subtle. And I'm sure he didn't mean any disrespect. But when a fucking white dude in Fort Collins calls the University of Colorado a zoo and it's all black guys pretty much, that's fucking bullshit. And I don't care how you insinuated it. That's what the dude said. So if you don't want us to hear what you said, don't say it. Because if you talk shit like I said yesterday or 2 days ago, if you talk shit with your fat lips, you have to back it up with your fucking teeth. And we're coming for them.
Point blank period.
Actually, let me show a little video because I haven't seen this yet. We got it in the queue here.
Look around.
Don't lose it, huh?
Ain't nobody whooping us at the crib. I don't know what kind of man would let somebody come in his house and whoop him. I don't know where y'all come from, but where I come from.
So that's from Nebraska game, right?
That's from the Nebraska game, yeah. He had another one where he was responding though to Jay Norvell. I don't know if we have that one in the queue or not.
The response from yesterday was pretty cool because
we got the Sun though on Pat McAfee.
Hey, Coach says, you know what? I would like them to be pissed at us about something too, and goes and talks shit on your dad in a little.
Why do they do that?
I don't know.
Talking about that.
Yeah,
they just make it worse.
I know, Shiloh. I know. I don't understand it either. We are very confused by it. That is something you obviously all know about and are very aware of whenever it happens.
I don't get why. We was actually just talking about that. Some of the receivers and my dad was over there, and I overheard them talking about that. And I was like, what did he say? And they told me. I was like, bro, why do they do this to themselves every week? Coach Brown's a cool guy. Like, you don't have to be like that.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like people try and look. Shiloh's a stud, dog. This kid is a pro, and he's a great leader on that team. He's a hard-hitting sumbitch. And I just feel like some people try and match Prime from like an attitude standpoint, and that's impossible.
It's not natural. It's like they're trying to force something that's not there. And to me, I think it's a combination of, I think some of these guys are jealous. I'm not saying Jay Norvell is. I don't know him personally, so I'm not going to say he is. I don't know. But a lot of these guys are jealous of the attention that Coach Prime has brought to the University of Colorado and the attention that he's getting, number one. Number two, I think people are trying to use Coach Prime in Colorado as like a clout for themselves. So people will say, you know what? I'm going to use this opportunity to say something crazy or outrageous to get some attention on me. And maybe mentally, Jay Norvell is thinking that in a way it might motivate recruits to want to come play for here. I don't know. I'm trying because there's really no other legit reason for you to just go out here and just say this. There was nothing. You could have said, hey, we're not backing down. We understand how great they are, but my guys was going to come prepared and we're playing to win. Cool. Like I like stuff like that. But to make a comment about something that doesn't matter, has nothing to do with football at all. My mom didn't raise me to keep my hat and my glasses on. Like, that's disrespectful on a personal level. It has nothing to do with football. And like you said, Matt, as a black man saying to another black coach, and you know how tough it is to get opportunities like this as a black coach, it's like, bro, why would you even say something like this? Even if that's what you really believe, keep stuff like that like behind closed door. That's not a football comment. Make football statements. That right there is personal.
Before Matt goes off again, let me give you my little take real quick. I don't know. Like, to me, it comes off like I would never say any of this type of shit. My takes that I would be taking as the head coach of a team that's going to play Prime in Colorado would be strictly about motivating my locker room. And how I went about that would be, I would be taking shots at the team we're going to play, but not a personal attack at a coach or something, because to me, it shows it's what we call small dick syndrome. You suffer from what we call small dick syndrome, and it makes you look a little bit like jealous one's envy. Like, it sounds like I would never compliment. Like, I'm being honest. This is Matt and Matt. By you saying what you're saying to that man, you are complimenting him by telling him you beat me out for recruits and kids. That is what he's doing. I'm never going to compliment my opposing coach and tell them, hey, dog, you're this, and this, because really we know I lost fucking those players to you. Like, no, homie, I'm talking shit, like, because I either got the player A, or I'm going to slap my shit on the table. That's my dick size, motherfucker. Let's see me. Come see me. Like, right now we're showing small dick syndrome, and it's coming off as really jealous and I just can't. I don't understand it, dog.
Well, I'll tell you this. The balls on these buffaloes these days are about this motherfucking big. And if you've ever seen All About the Benjamins, I just want to look at Jerry Norvell and go, Prime's dick is about this long, motherfucker. It takes about 4 yards to get to his.
He said, "You ain't got a forehead, you got a 5-head.
You ain't got a forehead, you got a 5-head, son. You don't have dreams, you have
movies." JB don't know nothing about that, man. He don't watch no black movies. Don't know nothing about
that All About the Benjamins. Ice Cube rolls around in a 9.6 Black Impala. That's like the same one I have. And I just sit there and watch it. I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Look, in my opinion, when people make it about something other than the sport, when fighters make it about something other than the fight, when basketball players make it about something other than the game or the series, when baseball players, well, fuck them. When hockey players make it about something other than the game, it always turns on the guy who made it about something else because it's extra motivation. Everybody's already motivated to go win the game. Every CSU player, every CU player, they're motivated to go do their jobs and try and win. And CSU had CU right where they wanted them. National TV, every eye in the world on them. Lil Wayne, The Rock, Rick Ross, everybody in the world's coming there. The #1 recruit in the country, Underwood, the quarterback, isn't going to be in the house. The #1 tackle, top 5 pass rushers. My son is going as a recruit as an 8th grader. Like, this shit is bad. I cannot wait, bro. I got the letter yesterday from Prime affirming him as, like, a recruit. And it was, like, I started sobbing, like, crying uncontrollably. I'm so fucking proud of my son. I don't know what to do with myself. And he was at Utah 2 weeks ago, and we already got an invite next week to CSU, not going. That's a joke. They didn't really invite us because we don't talk. They blocked me.
I want to go on a recruiting visit to Colorado State. I want to see if they don't.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. My son is not going to be a veterinarian. Good talk, though. But look, this is another thing. If you remember correctly, about 9-10 months ago, I was on this show and I was like, can you believe that Billy Best blocked me on Twitter? And he's the offensive line coach at CSU. And I'm an independent business owner that's on the radio in Denver. And all I do is work with players. And this is what CSU's problem is at the core. Okay? I've been doing this at 6-0 Academy for a long time in Denver, man. And we've had great players walk through our doors. And we've had a lot of fuckboys walk through our doors too. A lot. And I weed the fuckboys out quick. They can't stand me. I expose their bullshit as fast as they walk in the door and say, well, I'm the hardest worker on the team. The minute you say that to me or your daddy says that to me, a red flag pops up immediately. And I'm like, so why are you here? So, examples. First example, Trey Zune. Trey Zune is the starting left tackle at Texas A&M for Jimbo Fisher. He's from Fort Collins. He went to Fossil Ridge High School. He's a 3-star recruit. I don't know if he wanted to play at CSU or not, but they never recruited him. Their explanation was, we can't get this kid. Sonny Lubick would never, ever operate like that. He would have done everything humanly possible to keep an NFL caliber tackle at home. Another staff, Gage Ginther committed to Tennessee at Fossil Ridge High School. Another one of my guys, all right? 4-star recruit, committed to Tennessee, early enrolls in January. They didn't even offer him. They didn't even try and recruit him. We can't get that guy. So rather than trying to, like every other coach at CSU, from Bobo to McElwain, Adazio, everyone, they all make a point to try and build a bridge to the facility that has all the offensive and defensive linemen in it, great pass rushers, great skill players, great quarterbacks. I mean, Coach Schmidt, you guys see all the kids I post. They're not scrubs. They're fucking ballers. Yeah. Stonebreaker's going to Kansas State, and Achoa's going to Wyoming, getting recruited by everybody, and Gage and Lincoln, and like this class is deep as shit, the Cowgirl brothers. So CU is on a national recruiting plane. CSU is not. CSU has got to keep kids in Colorado. If they're so scared of me, and I'm just an old, fat, retired business owner that's on the radio talking shit, and you're so intimidated by me that you block me, and you're a professional offensive line, or professional because you're in college coaching. You're a professional offensive line coach, and he's met with me 15 times, and like all of a sudden he blocks me, and now they don't want to recruit any kids. There's blood in the water, dog. You are so scared of us that you talk shit about hats and sunglasses and block people that are in the business and you don't want anything to do with anybody. You've isolated yourself not because you're special. You isolated yourself because you're full of shit, and the realness of Boulder and what Coach Prime is doing exposes you as frauds. So that's why people hate what's going on at CU, because it exposes the hypocrisy that they live under, the bullshit family that they say they're promoting on their football team. It exposes the hypocrisy. It exposes them as frauds. And then they turn and they go, well, I can't do what he does, so fuck him. And that's bullshit, dog. That's bullshit. If you're not celebrating Coach Prime just for the betterment of college football, and you're mad just because he's not at your school, I'm sorry that Rick George is smart and had foresight. I'm sorry that he listened to his guys. I'm sorry that we pushed for this really hard. Was I not the first guy in the entire country to tell you this was going to happen? Coach, was I not?
You did.
Receipts. Like Colorado keeps receipts, apparently. So let's fucking talk about them. I was the first guy. Did I not come on this show and say that Shedeur Sanders was going to be a first-round draft pick? And everybody told me I was fucking crazy. There's another receipt. 8 months ago, first-round draft pick. Did I not say they were going to be fucking really good, top 10 or top team and win 8 to 10 games and go to a big bowl game? Said that too. Now they're ranked 18th. Like, I saw this coming because I am ingrained in the program. I'm always there. I see everything. I talk to the coaches. They're recruiting my guys. Colorado State, I would help them if they wanted to. If they would just reach out, I would help them gladly. I would send them as many guys as they wanted to recruit. But you know where I send those guys? Air Force and Wyoming. And you know who beat CSU's ass also? Air Force and Wyoming. And like Boise State purges Denver. There's a lot of really, really good, like 2- and 3-star kids here that are Mountain West caliber players that are going to be great NFL players. Like Chad Muma went to Legend High School, played at Wyoming, was second in the Buckeyes. He's proud Dungeon family. Now he's starting for Jacksonville. It don't matter where you play. It matters how you play. And like CSU is trying to compete on a level with Colorado, and then they can't. This is not 2002. You are not Sonny Lubick. You do not have Eric and Morgan Piers and Cecil Sapp and Dreesen and Bradley Van Pelt and David Anderson. You don't have a bunch of NFL players on your team. You got a bunch of guys. And we've got a bunch of dudes.
Hey, B, I got to bring you in, B, on this one. Brian's sitting in the backstage, and I'm talking to him on the phone, but he's a Mountain West guy. He's nodding his head like, yeah.
He's right, man. He's so right.
It's true. It's what it is. Yeah. What up, B?
How you doing, man?
I mean, you're a proud New Mexico Lobo. You know the way this works.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't have any choice, so I stayed home. You know, it was the only offer I had. But yeah, the few players we get to Mexico, they all leave. You know, no one goes to UNM. I'd be shocked if they go to Mexico State. I don't keep track of those guys, but I'd be shocked if they stay. But yeah, it's sad, and I guess obviously it happens there in Colorado as well, from what you just said.
Yeah, and look, Colorado's it's a flyover state, retrospectively, but it's getting a lot better. There's a lot of people moving here. It's growing. There's some really good football. And look, I'll wrap this up on this because I know you got to go with Brian, but Colorado's hobby town. And I always say this. For 15 years I've been doing this at 6-0 Academy, okay? And it doesn't really matter your background. It doesn't really matter if you come from a trailer like me or you come from a mansion like some of the people in Cherry Creek down the street. I don't really give a shit about your background. But when a kid walks in and I say to them, are you a like football guy or are you a need football guy? Do you need football? Yeah. Even when you feel shitty and it's raining and you don't want to go to practice and you're playing a fucking warrior who's going to kill you and you still have to go do it and you embrace the trauma, you lean into the pain and you go until you break. Do you need it or do you just like it? Because if you just like it, that's an emotion and you're not going to like it one day and then you're going to act like a fuckboy and you're not going to work hard and you're going to make the people that stood up and vouched for you and all the coaches that took your back look like idiots because they put their faith and their care into someone that doesn't. So if Colorado wants to be taken seriously and they don't want to be looked at as a hobby town anymore, everybody's got to understand that this is a vessel to take you somewhere. It's not there to facilitate you. Like when I hear vets say, like Mark Schlereth is one of my best friends, and he constantly said, the NFL is a privilege. College football is a privilege. You are owed nothing. You are not here to get a free scholarship. When you walk into New Mexico or Colorado or Ball State or CSU, there's a lineage of guys that have come before you that really give a shit. And if you don't sell out and you don't care and you don't reinvest in that, everybody's going to look at you like a fraud. So everyone just look at themselves. If you want it, you can go get it. I don't care where you play. I don't give a shit where you play. It matters how you play. In the information age, bro, ignorance is a choice. And this phone is a portal. So go ball and then put it out there. Like if I'm CSU right now, I'm motivating my team with this. You're on national TV against NFL players. I know everybody here wants to play in the NFL. If you go play well against them, you're an NFL player. You put tape out that helps your resume, not everybody going to the game at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Boulder, Colorado. Don't wear a hat or sunglasses. Make sure you don't wear hats or sunglasses because God forbid you protect your eyeballs or a hat and you're gonna look like a heathen that can't talk to his mother. Like what the fuck? That's the way you're gonna motivate this group against that group? Good luck.
Hey, Matt, man, we can't thank you enough, brother. Always dropping the gems. Monday's going to be lit after the weekend of football. Can't thank you enough, brother.
Just want to say goodbye like Shador does. Throw off the watch real quick.
I ain't got one on.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, Big Matt.
Yeah, go Buffs, baby. Have a good show, boys.
Later.
Yeah.